A shocking incident between two teenage best friends has sparked widespread outrage on the internet. But what's even more disturbing is the sentence that followed.
2 days. 2 days. She damn near kills her friend, and all she got was 2 whole freaking days.
2 days for breaking her best friend's ribs. 4 of them, and they punctured her lung and damaged it? That's attempted murder. She's jealous of her friend, plain simple. She should have had 6 months, then another 6 weeks for each rib she broke, so another 6 months and pay her bills.
Should have been attempted murder. 2 days, maybe 10 years. She literally could have killed her. Gets 2 days.
Should have been way longer than 2 days. That girl could have died, and with friends like that, who needs fucking enemies?
Wow, 2 days for attempted murder is crazy.
Our justice system is a joke.
Now, these comments only represent just a fraction of the outrage and disbelief sparked by this incident. But what really happened? Before we begin, let us know where you're watching from. And if you believe in lending a voice for the helpless and defenseless, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Let us begin. In the summer of 2018, an event unfolded on this bridge in Yacolt, Washington state that would capture national attention. It involved 2 teenagers whose names have become synonymous with a shocking moment of reckless behavior. The victims were Jordan Holgerson, a young girl with dreams and fears like any other her age, and Taylor Smith, who in a moment of what some might call misguided judgment, would change the course of many lives. The day began like any other, with friends gathering to enjoy the summer. But what started as a typical day took a dramatic turn when Taylor and Jordan, along with a group of friends, found themselves on this bridge. According to reports, there was laughter, perhaps some dares, but what followed was far from playful.
Ready? Oh, that's so class.
On this day, Taylor Smith pushed Jordan Holgerson off the 60-foot-high bridge, an act that would lead to severe injuries for Jordan and a legal case that would debate the boundaries of friendship, responsibility, and justice. The fallout from this incident would ripple through communities, courts, and social media, raising questions about the nature of the punishment that followed. According to the Clark County Public Works, the bridge stands over 3 stories high. In 2017, the Columbian documented that a man from Vancouver who had jumped from the bridge got severely injured and was hospitalized. Clark County Fire Chief Ben Peeler cautioned listeners, saying, "You need to land perfectly, or you risk injury. Every summer we see a few people getting hurt there, and unfortunately, some have drowned." According to Jordan Holgerson's mum, she is very lucky to be alive after this terrible incident, but still suffers great injuries from the impact of hitting the water on her side at that distance. She suffers from 5 broken ribs, 2 punctured lungs, air bubbles in her lungs. The lining in her uterus is damaged. She has a lump in her throat and is covered in unsightly bruises. She can hardly move or breathe and is in pain constantly. Jordan Holgerson was more than just a typical high school student in Kalama, Washington. She was a beacon of diligence, an honor roll student whose academic achievements set her apart. She shared her home with her twin brother and 2 older siblings, creating a close-knit family bond that would be tested in ways they never imagined. At Kalama High, Jordan was known for her dedication to her studies, her name frequently appearing on the honor roll, a testament to her hard work and the promise of youth. The halls where she walked with friends, the classrooms where she learned, became more than just educational spaces. They were part of her story.
3, no, I won't go in. 2.
Well, she's saying no.
In the clip before the fall, Jordan could be seen saying, "No, I won't go in now." She was obviously scared and wasn't ready for the jump. But bam, she got shoved recklessly from behind. And that fall was a bad one. In the immediate aftermath of the fall from the Molten Falls Bridge, the scene was one of chaos and urgency. Emergency services were quick to respond, their sirens cutting through the summer air as they raced to save Jordan Holgerson. She was found at the bottom, injured, her condition severe with broken ribs and punctured lungs. The rescue was critical, a race against time to get her the medical attention she desperately needed. Hospitalized, the full extent of Jordan's injuries became clear, a litany of physical trauma that would require extensive recovery. As she fought for her health, her family sought justice. Jordan's mother, Jordan Holgerson, took the first step by filing a complaint, galvanizing the wheels of justice into motion.
This is not okay. She could have killed my daughter.
Responding to the family's call for accountability, the local police department launched an investigation, piecing together the events from that day. Witnesses were interviewed, their accounts crucial in understanding what transpired on the bridge. Taylor Smith, the friend who pushed Jordan, was soon identified. In an interview with ABC News, Smith claimed she pushed her friend, Jordan, because she had asked to give her a push from behind.
She wanted to jump and she was scared, and she had asked me to give her a push, and I didn't think about the consequences. I thought she would be fine.
Jordan Holgerson, Jordan's mother, wasn't happy with the lies in the interview. Holgerson said she's disappointed that Taylor Smith has not owned up to her actions and wasn't sincere about apologizing. Jordan Holgerson recounted the incident later in an interview.
I was counting down, but I didn't think of anything of it. And I was like, no, like, don't count down. Like, I won't go if you count down. I'm not ready. And then she pushed me.
On the other hand, Taylor said she had apologized severally to her friend on Snapchat, but hasn't been allowed to see her since.
On Snapchat a few times, a few text messages. I've apologized several times, but I have not been able to see her in person.
But as Jordan fought for her life in one battle, another was just beginning in the courts. The incident at Moulton Falls would not only leave physical scars, but also emotional damages. And not just that, this incident would also challenge the legal system to define the line between youthful folly and criminal negligence. Initially, Holgerson's family stated that Jordan did not want her friend Smith to face charges. However, she later changed her mind.
I kind of want her to be put in jail, but some days I think that might be a little too harsh.
Taylor said she is surprised that her one-time best friend wants her in jail.
But now she says she wants you to sit in jail.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you that she said that?
It's surprising, it's a little shocking, but it's understandable.
The trial of Taylor Smith for the incident at Moulton Falls Bridge centered on the charge of reckless endangerment. This legal term, often misunderstood, was pivotal in the court's deliberations. It signifies an act that, while not intentionally harmful, shows a disregard for the safety of others, leading to injury. The prosecution argued that Taylor's actions were beyond mere recklessness. They pointed to the severity of Jordan's injuries as evidence of negligence that demanded accountability.
I didn't ask for any of this, but last summer my said-to-be good friend changed my life for the worse.
On the defense side, the narrative was one of youthful indiscretion rather than malice. They highlighted Taylor's age, her clean record, and her immediate remorse, advocating for a sentence that would educate rather than just punish. The defense aimed to show that the incident was an impulsive act, not a calculated one.
When I was being pulled from the water, I thought, I'm going to die, because I couldn't breathe, and I was watching my body change color by the second.
After the initial surgeries to mend her broken body, the road to recovery was long, marked by sessions of physical therapy aimed at restoring her strength, mobility, and the life she once knew. But healing isn't solely about the body. The trauma of that day left deep scars on Jordan's psyche. She faced the silent battles of PTSD, the anxiety of everyday life now tainted by fear, and the creeping shadow of depression.
Once I left the hospital, I was left in pain. It was so bad that I was given heavy narcotics for weeks. To this day, my ribs have healed, but I still get pain and discomfort in that area.
In Taylor's statement in court, she said she has learnt to process outcomes before she acts on them.
But I've learned to think and process outcomes before I act upon a brief moment in time.
And then, she tendered an official apology to her friend Jordan, and all who were affected by the incident that her rash action had caused.
I'd like to sincerely apologize to Jordan Holgerson, her family and friends for the pain and humiliation I have caused by my mindless action that occurred last summer.
From the look of things, she expressed sincere remorse for her actions and accepted the legal consequences by pleading guilty. Taylor Smith was charged with reckless endangerment. Reckless endangerment is a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is up to a year in jail and/or a $5,000 fine. When the moment of sentencing arrived, the court decided on 2 days in jail for Taylor Smith. Taylor Smith was sentenced to 2 days in jail, 38 days on a work crew, a $300 fine, and no contact with Jordan Holgerson for 2 years.
It's going to be our work crew, and 2 are going to be in custody. You're going to start that now.
This decision sparked a flurry of reactions within the legal community. Some experts argued that the sentence reflected an understanding of juvenile law, focusing on rehabilitation over retribution. Others felt it set a dangerous precedent for the accountability of young adults in similar situations. The 2-day sentence, while legally sound, left many pondering if justice had truly been served. It highlighted a broader debate about how we balance punishment with the potential for change in our judicial system, especially when the lives of young people hang in the balance.
That's really messed up. Why didn't she get more time in prison? She almost killed the poor woman and got 2 days in jail. A malicious bitch like that should have gotten at least 20 years.
Should have been in juvenile hall for at least 10 years for assault and attempted murder. 10 years, I agree. And to claim that her friend asked to be pushed off the bridge, folks forget just how manipulative and conniving teenagers can be. Damn.
Agreed. At least 1 to 3 years given the severity of sustained injuries. Had her friend died, most definitely at least 5 to 10.
That's an insanely light sentence for almost killing a minor who was, apparently, her friend. Didn't even go check on her. She fled. How does she not get a tougher sentence?
Yeah, but pushing someone when they may not have decided to jump is beyond reckless. Also, by pushing her, it made the landing so much more dangerous and would have been the main factor behind the injuries. Beyond stupid and deserved a greater punishment, not anything like 10 years.
2 days in jail for something that nearly killed her friend. The justice system really let her off lightly.
And then, there are also these interesting perspectives about the situation.
To be fair, if she didn't want to go into the water, she shouldn't have been standing on the other side of the barrier. Obviously, none of these kids realized the seriousness of jumping off a bridge at that height.
I mean, they were going to jump anyways. Why send her to jail? That's so lame. All of them should have been jailed for being suicidal morons.
Not only was it just mean, but it looks like she could have been intentionally trying to hurt this girl. Or she was just reckless and didn't have any clue, and was playing, and kids are really stupid at that age. So I kinda understand if the judge saw if it wasn't with malice.
In all, here's the one that captures the message for every one of us watching this video right now.
Be careful who you hang around.
Now that's not just a message, it's a warning, a sign to be watchful, to know who you're moving with and who your kids are hanging out with. Fortunately, in this incident, no lives were lost. Jordan is recovering. Although she stated that she sometimes experiences some pains in the injured areas. Now over to you, folks. Do you think Taylor Smith had some malicious intent? A few people alleged she was jealous of her friend and wanted to hurt her. But do you strongly think this is the case? And then, do you sincerely think the sentence was a fair one? And how long do you think Taylor Smith should be in jail? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe for more.